They say a man dies twice, once when his heart stops beating and once when he can no longer get hard. But what if I told you that for millions of men over 60, the first warning sign of declining health isn't memory loss or chest pain? It's when your penis starts to feel weak, tight, or unresponsive, that strange cramp-like pressure you sometimes feel down there. It's not just in your head, it's your blood vessels crying out for help, and if you ignore them, they don't just shut down your sex life, they slowly starve your manhood from the inside out. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a medical doctor and specialist in men's health with over 30 years of experience helping men regain their confidence, restore their circulation, and rebuild their intimacy naturally. And today I want to share something that every man over 60 deserves to know, because what if I told you that the key to stronger erections, better blood flow, and a pain-free, powerful penis doesn't lie in a pill or a procedure, but in your refrigerator? Most men think aging is to blame, but in reality it's something far more preventable, and I'm going to prove it to you today in this video. I'll show you the top 3 scientifically backed foods that help prevent penile blood flow cramps, restore circulation, and make you feel strong again without medication. And one of them works so fast you may feel the difference before the week is over. Before we begin, if you're a man over 60 who wants to improve blood flow, strengthen your erections, and take back control of your health naturally, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip designed just for you. And if this video speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and let me know how I can serve you better. Alright, let's dive into the first food that could completely change how blood flows to your penis. Beets. It might surprise you, but this simple root vegetable holds the key to unlocking firmer, longer-lasting erections by naturally increasing nitric oxide, your body's most critical molecule for circulation. And after 60, when blood vessels begin to stiffen and tighten, beets can make all the difference. Let me explain why. 1. Beets, the circulation charger. I never used to think something as simple as a beet could have anything to do with sexual health, but then I started noticing a pattern among my older patients. Men who had started adding beets into their diet were reporting firmer erections, better stamina, and less of that tight cramping sensation in the groin during arousal. It wasn't a coincidence. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, an essential compound that allows your blood vessels, especially in the penis, to relax and expand. This expansion is what lets blood flow fully into the erectile tissue, and when blood flows better, everything works better. After the age of 60, our nitric oxide production starts to drop dramatically. That's when many men begin to notice changes they can't quite explain: sluggish arousal, weaker erections, even that uncomfortable tightening that feels almost like a cramp. It's not just old age, it's a warning sign that blood isn't reaching the tissue the way it used to. Beets help reverse that process. They act like a natural pump primer, softening blood vessels, energizing circulation, and making sure the penis gets the blood it needs to function the way it did years ago. You don't need to overcomplicate it. A simple glass of beet juice in the morning, or even roasted beets added to a salad or dinner plate, can quietly begin repairing what time has been taken away. It's not a miracle, it's just biology giving your body the right support so it can do what it's meant to do. And here's something even more fascinating. There's a fruit most men toss aside without realizing it contains a compound that works almost identically to prescription erection pills, only it comes without the side effects. In fact, this next food could help cool down the vascular spasms that cause that deep groin tightness during arousal. Let's talk about it next. 2. Watermelon, the blood flow booster. I'll be honest with you, for years I thought watermelon was just a refreshing summer snack, something sweet to enjoy on a hot day, but I was wrong. The more I looked into the research, the more I realized this fruit, especially the part most people throw away, holds an incredible secret for men over 60 struggling with weak erections and uncomfortable tightness during arousal. It all comes down to a powerful compound called citrulline, found in high concentrations in the white rind of watermelon. Most people toss that part aside, never realizing that citrulline is a natural vasodilator. In simpler terms, it helps your blood vessels open up, allowing blood to flow more freely, especially to the penis. After 60, those vessels tend to narrow or stiffen, making arousal feel forced, inconsistent, or even a little painful. Citrulline helps relax those vessels, gently reducing what I call penile blood flow cramping. It's not a sharp pain, but more of a dull tightness, a sign your body is struggling to circulate blood where it's needed most. Here's where it gets personal. A patient of mine in his late 60s told me he started blending the red and white parts of watermelon into a smoothie every morning. Within 2 weeks, he said he was waking up with stronger morning erections, and more importantly, without that uncomfortable tension he used to feel during intimacy. No drugs, no procedures, just a change in what he put in his blender. And unlike pharmaceutical solutions, watermelon doesn't force anything. It supports your body's natural ability to regulate blood flow. It's gentle, effective, and completely natural. If you're looking for a way to feel more confident in your own skin again, watermelon might just be your best friend. But there's one more food I want to share with you. It's not a fruit or vegetable. It's something small, often overlooked, but packed with the very minerals your penis depends on to stay strong. and responsive. In fact, this last food may be the missing piece in your entire circulation puzzle. Let's talk about it next. 3. Pumpkin seeds. The erection mineral mine. If there's one food I wish more men over 60 knew about, it's pumpkin seeds. They're small, unassuming, and usually scooped out and thrown away without a second thought. But let me tell you, these little seeds are one of the most powerful tools in your corner when it comes to restoring healthy blood flow and protecting your erections. Pumpkin seeds are packed with 3 essential nutrients that directly impact your ability to get and stay hard: magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium relaxes the blood vessels and prevents the spasms that lead to that uncomfortable tightness some men feel during arousal, what I call penile cramping. Zinc, on the other hand, is crucial for maintaining testosterone levels, especially as they naturally decline with age. And arginine, it's an amino acid that supports nitric oxide production, helping blood flow more freely into the penile tissue. I had a patient in his 70s, retired Air Force, disciplined and sharp. He came to me frustrated not with his libido, but with the strange tension he kept feeling in his groin during intimacy. No pain exactly, just a persistent pressure he couldn't shake. I suggested he start eating a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds every day. Within 3 weeks, he told me the tension had faded, his morning wood had returned, and most importantly, he felt like himself again. Pumpkin seeds are so easy to add to your routine. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, toss them into a smoothie, or eat them plain as a snack. The results may not be dramatic overnight, but over time they build a foundation for stronger, more consistent blood flow. Now, if you've made it this far, you've already learned how to support your circulation with real whole foods. But here's where it gets even better. When you combine these 3 ingredients in the right way, they create a compounding effect, a synergy that can jumpstart your erections faster than you might think. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to put it all together into one simple daily plan. Keep watching for why these 3 foods work together, the circulation trifecta. It's one thing to eat a healthy food now and then, but when you combine the right foods, especially ones that target the same system from different angles, you don't just get better results, you get results that multiply. That's exactly what happens when you bring beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds together into your daily routine. They form what I call the circulation trifecta, 3 natural powerhouses working in harmony to restore blood flow where it matters most. Beets get things started by boosting nitric oxide, opening up the blood vessels, and laying the foundation for better blood flow. Watermelon, with its citrulline-rich rind, builds on that effect, soothing the tiny penile arteries and reducing those silent spasms that can steal your firmness. And pumpkin seeds, they're the fuel that keeps the whole machine running, providing the testosterone-building zinc, the muscle-relaxing magnesium, and the nitric oxide-supporting arginine. Your body needs to make all that blood flow actually do its job. It's like rebuilding a system from the ground up. One supports another, and then that one amplifies the next. I've seen men in their 60s, 7s, even early 80s who thought they were too far gone turn things around within weeks just by being consistent with this simple nutritional approach. And the best part, it doesn't require willpower, it doesn't require prescriptions, just a little intention and a bit of daily follow-through. Now you might be wondering how to actually use all of this. What's the best time of day to eat each food? Do you blend them together? Should you take anything with them to make them more effective? In the next section, I'll walk you through a practical, easy-to-follow daily plan that brings everything together and helps you feel the difference not in months but in just days. Let's get into it. 5. The number 1 mistake most men make after 60. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with older men, it's this: most guys are looking for a quick fix, a magic pill, something to make the problem disappear without changing anything else. And I get it. When you're frustrated, when your body isn't responding the way it used to, it's tempting to reach for whatever promises fast results. But here's the truth: the number 1 mistake men over 60 make is relying on medications to do what only real nourishment and circulation can fix. Pills like Viagra or Cialis can force an erection, sure, but they don't solve the root problem. They don't fix the hardened narrow vessels. They don't restore nitric oxide. They don't eliminate that deep pressure or strange tightness in your groin. All they do is push blood through a system that's already breaking down. And for many men, the side effects, headaches, nausea, heart strain, just aren't worth it. I've had men sit in my office, eyes filled with disappointment, telling me the pills worked less and less over time. I always tell them the same thing: your penis isn't broken, it's undernourished. It's waiting for you to support it from the inside out. That's what the right foods do. They don't trick your body, they rebuild it. The men who truly restore their function, their energy, and their confidence aren't the ones chasing quick fixes. They're the ones who commit to the basics and follow through day by day. They give their body what it needs and trust the process. Now that you know what foods to focus on and why they only work if you make them a habit, and if you're wondering how to do that without overthinking it, don't worry. In the next part, I'll show you a simple 7-day action plan that ties everything together. It's easy to follow, doesn't require any fancy prep, and could very well be the start of your strongest chapter yet. Let's dive in. 6. Your 7-day action plan. Now that you understand what these foods can do for your blood flow, your energy, and your erections. The real question becomes, how do you actually make this part of your daily life? I've worked with so many men over the years who were motivated, who understood the science, who believed in the idea, but they didn't know how to start, so they didn't. That's why I created this simple 7-day action plan. No guesswork, no complex recipes, just straightforward steps that you can follow every single day to start feeling results, often in as little as 1 week. In the morning, start with beet juice, just 1 small glass on an empty stomach. This kickstarts your nitric oxide production and wakes up your circulation mid-morning. Blend a watermelon smoothie using both the red flesh and the white rind. That's where the chacholine lives. It's not only refreshing, but it helps open up the tiny blood vessels that support arousal and sensitivity. Sometime in the afternoon, grab a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. It doesn't have to be fancy, just keep them on your kitchen counter or in your bag. These seeds are working behind the scenes, delivering the magnesium, zinc, and arginine your system needs to build strength where it matters most. Pair this with drinking plenty of water, moving your body gently throughout the day, and taking a moment each morning to remind yourself that you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding, you're reclaiming control over something that matters not just physically but emotionally. This isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about showing up consistently. Your body doesn't need magic, it needs rhythm, and this plan gives you just that. But we're not done yet, because while food lays the foundation, there's one final message. I want to leave you with a reminder about what this journey is really about and why it matters more now than ever. Stay with me. 7 final doctor's message, emotional close. There's something I want every man watching this to understand. Especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You are not broken, you are not too old, and you have not missed your chance. I've seen men who thought they had reached the end of the road in their health, their confidence, even their relationships completely transformed by making one powerful decision to stop accepting decline as inevitable and to start rebuilding from the inside out. We've talked about food, about blood flow, about erections and function, but really what this is all about is reclaiming a part of yourself that the world told you to forget. For many men, the loss of sexual vitality feels like a quiet, private kind of grief. It doesn't get talked about, but it weighs heavy. And when you start to feel like you're disappearing, not just to your partner, but to yourself, that's when it's time to act, not out of fear, but out of respect for the man you still are. Your body is capable of renewal, even now, even after all the years, all the moments you told yourself, maybe this is just the way it is now. It doesn't have to be. Your blood vessels, your tissue, your confidence. These things can come back to life, and it starts with something as simple as a choice to nourish yourself, to move intentionally, and to believe that pleasure, strength, and connection are still yours to claim. So as we move into the final thoughts, I want to leave you with one last message, not just about erections or circulation, but about what it means to be a man in this next chapter of life. Because if you think this is about food, you're only seeing the surface. The truth runs deeper, and I'm about to share it. Stay with me. 8. Conclusion. This is where it begins. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you not just for watching, but for caring enough about yourself to stay present. That alone says something powerful about the kind of man you are. We've covered a lot today. You've learned how beets can reignite nitric oxide and restore blood flow, how watermelon, especially the rind, can relax blood vessels, and yourself again. I've seen it time and time again. The return of morning with the quiet confidence in a man's voice, the smile that shows up after weeks of doubt. It's real. And it can happen for you too. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward with intention, with knowledge, and with tools that actually work. There is no age limit on pleasure, on connection, or on feeling alive in your body. And no matter how many setbacks you've faced, today can still be the start of something better. So take what you've learned, try the plan, listen to your body, give yourself permission to feel good again, not just for a night, but for the rest of your life, because this isn't the end of the road. This is where it begins. You've still got time, strength, and power waiting to be reclaimed. Go take it back. If this video helped you or gave you even one idea to move forward, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment below. I read every single one. Your story could inspire another man to take control of his health too. And if you'd like to support this channel and help me keep creating content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every bit makes a difference. Thank you for being here and for choosing to show up for yourself today.